Hi guys, I thought I'd put out this quick video to inform everyone of the mistake I came across when carrying out my COVID-19 test at a drive-through test centre yesterday. This video isn't at all to send out any panic or alarm, especially as we're going through this pandemic together and everyone is going through a very uncertain time at the moment. However, this video is intended to inform everyone of the mistake I've came across and to encourage you all to be a lot more vigilant when carrying out these tests, whether it is an allocated drive-through test centre or if it is at home, which they also provide home kits. These are the two options that they are doing at this current moment in regards to carrying out these COVID-19 tests. So to begin, I went to carry out my test at a drive-through test centre, as I've just said yesterday. To cut a long story short, I was given 4 packets for the 4 people that was in the car that I was travelling in. My packet is where the mistake occurred, and it only feels right that I speak on this. So in my packet you get a plastic packet which includes the swab which you test on yourself, the test receipt card, the bag which you store all the test in, a vial which you put the swab into, and also for me it was a, what is it called, a test registration card. So these were all handed in a packet. The packet also should include 4 sticky labels. The sticky labels were already pre-stuck onto the bag and the vial, and also the bag and the vial, yeah. So there was 2 left on the sticky label covering for me to manually put on my test registration card and my test receipt card. However, if you are the person with the IQ code initially, you do not get a test registration card because you've already registered your details online, and the code that they will provide for you would be linked to your information already. However, like myself, I had to manually register as I was a +1 of the household, and that's the reason why I have received a test registration card. So carrying out the test, I did the swabs in my tonsils, in my nose. I put it in the vial and broke it off. As I was screwing on the vial lid, I noticed that the barcode had a different number to the one that was on my cards that I'd already pre-stuck on. So because there was 4 of us in the car, and as cautious as I was being from the beginning, I was a bit shocked, as I initially thought that it was because of me and a mistake I had made. I had mixed up one of the vials in the wrong bags. However, having checked that 3 times overall, and the other adult in the car checking it once over after the fact, after that, we came to understand that that vial with the wrong barcode wasn't actually allocated to any of the barcodes in the car. We raised the alarm. We told the guy what we discovered, and initially he was stating that we'd got it wrong, that barcode must have been mixed up amongst the other bags in the car. We explained to him that that wasn't the case. We checked it over 4 times, going through each bag individually, ensuring that all the codes matched the same within each bag. That was then, I then showed him what we discovered. So I showed him the vial with the odd barcode number on, I then showed him the cards against the window that I had in my possession of the codes of the 3 cards at the back window, because I was in the passenger at the time, so I was at the back of the car. So 4 cards. He could see 4 registration cards, receipt cards, and he could also see the vial at that point. And he then realised that that code actually didn't match any of the other codes that was in the car. He then went on to say that it was impossible. That's impossible, was his words. Now, of course, anyone would think it was impossible. Anyone would hope it was impossible. However, here he was with a vial with a code on that didn't match any of the cards. So this quick video is just basically going to let you know that when you go to the drive-through test centres, please look over every barcode, whether it is pre-stuck by them already or you have to do it yourself. Ensure that all the barcodes are aligned and the numbers match up that go in the one packet. Okay, I'll show you a quick example of, because I have the cards here with me. I also have the barcode that was wrong, because the guy then instructed that I take off the spare barcode that was meant to go on my test registration card, which I go home with, and stick it over the label that was already on the vial. Because of the shock that I was in, like, how does this even happen? This is insane. I'm glad in that moment I thought, no, let me take off the sticky label off the vial and stick the one that was allocated to me over the vial, so that there was only one label on altogether before being sent off. So that's what I did do. I can show you here what we discovered. So I'm going to show you the test receipt. So first of all, I'll show you the test registration card that we received. Again, this is for everyone that's manually doing it. My spare barcode should have gone here. I'm covering that bit because that shows my full name. So this is the test registration card. And again, the thingy goes there. These is what everybody gets, whether you have a QR code or not. This is a test, and these are all covered, so that's fine. This is a test receipt card which you receive. This is already in the packet. So this is given, this big one is given to you depending on how many people in the car wants to get tested but has to register manually. And these are already in the packets. So they had pre-labeled this already. They had already pre-labeled the vial inside, and they would have left 2 on the piece of plastic that the sticky labels come on for you to peel off, stick on there, and no, stick on here, sorry. I'm explaining that wrong. So you have 2 labels that they stick on for you, or what we experienced. One was already on the bag itself, one was on the vial, and we had 2 spare ones, which one is meant to go on here once you fill out your name, and the other is meant to go on your registration card. Okay, so I'll show you the numbers that we have here. Let me just put them all together so that you can see the end digits and see what I was explaining to the guy, because I showed him the whole thing, but because our names are on this, I'm going to just cover the name section. Well, I'm going to try and cover the name section. I do need you guys to share this. If anyone has been for a test and believes they have a wrong result for whatever reason, follow your gut instinct. Request another test and ensure that all the codes match up. Because what I was thinking is, if I would have put my test into the vial with the wrong barcode on it, that would have been scanned, and the results potentially could have gone to someone else who has that same barcode on their receipt card, and vice versa. So if I came back negative, I got my results today, as I said, I came back negative, my results could have been going to someone that is potentially positive. That in itself is crazy, because then they're still going out, they're still going about their daily lives thinking that they're negative, when in fact they potentially could be positive. Again, if they're negative and I could have been positive, they would have got a positive result, stayed in, still been isolating. God forbid they would have felt ill and had to attend hospital. On entry or on admission to the hospital, they'll be classed as a COVID-19 positive patient, therefore receiving treatment for COVID, when in fact they are a negative person. Now, this is just the wild way it could have gone. With the pressure that they're under, I personally don't think that if you've already been tested positive and it's on your record, that when you do get admitted to hospital, they're going to check you again off the back just to ensure that those tests were correct. They may do, hopefully they are, but again, like I've said, because they're so under pressure at the moment, they're probably just going to treat all the people that come in as positives and put them on wards with positive people, or start treating them straight away for COVID, when in fact their bodies don't need that treatment. They're ill for some other reason that needs to be addressed first. So yeah, back to the numbers. These are all our 4 cards. We have, if you can see that, we have a 4-8, a 2-1. Wait, which way am I going? Right. A 4-8, a 2-1, a 4-3, and a 2-4. Now, this is the swab that I already had. This is the number which I had on my my vial before I took it off. So it ends in 2, 3. Can you see that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So 5, 8. Again, 4, 8. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. It's not even hard, but they keep moving. Sorry about that. 4, 8. 2, 1. 4, 3. 5, 4. 5, 8. That does not match. That can't match any. These are the last 2 numbers. There's no 5, 8s in this packet. So yeah, and the rest of the numbers don't match up. So it's not like the rest of them do and the last 2 are different. Even so, even if that was the case, again, all the numbers don't match. So all the numbers aren't going to be linked to 1. So yeah, so please, please, please be more vigilant. If anyone is out there, because you still have your test receipt card and you are this number, you may have, I hope that the person who has this number seen the mistake I did and rectified it in the way that I did also. However, they might not have, and may have received someone else's results. We just don't know. So please just be more vigilant. If you're carrying it out at home, again, if you're carrying it out at the test centres, just be vigilant. At the time, I had 2 small children in the car with me, or 3. One was too young to be tested. So I did get flustered, and I can understand how people just want to get the test done. The test is very uncomfortable as well, but it's only for 10 to 15 seconds, so it isn't for that long. However, under them circumstances and under that situation, people can miss things. No fault of their own. Everyone, I can imagine, is like that. But yeah, be very, very, very vigilant with the numbers of the barcode. Before I end this video, because then after you take the test, you're not meant to seal the packet, which we didn't. You're meant to go to the exit sign, or towards the exit sign, where the staff member there should then check over each packet to make sure it's sealed correctly, that it has the correct contents within the bag before it's sealed, and then before you've put it in a bag to be then mailed off. that didn't happen either. When we got to the entrance, she just asked if we'd all done it. We said yes. She took the QR code to scan again, and then she just simply gave us the bags. I popped it in. She told me just to seal it, so I sealed it, popped it in, and then gave it to her. We ended up using the absorbent pads that came in the packets as tissues, thinking that they were tissues that we were meant to blow our nose with, to find out after we'd done that was in fact meant to bring our own tissues with us, which we didn't have in the car anyway. So yeah, there was just a few things that could have been more clearer, but we are in June now, and these centres have been open for a few months now. I believe the one I went to, which is the Greenwich TfL O2 car park, that's the one that we attended. They've been open since April, I believe, so they've had months of practice and months of people coming through the doors in order to get these tests on. So I was kind of still in shock that after all this time, something so little as that could be missed. But obviously things happen in life, ain't anything perfect, so it is down to us as individuals when carrying out tests like this, not even just in this matter, just in general, just to be more cautious and more observant to the finer information and details. So just to end that video here, again, I hope everyone is good and well, and please share this video. It really, really could do someone the world of good to see this and have that in the back of their minds. So yeah, I'm going to leave that here. Take care. Bye.